Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials from the Laurel County Sheriff's Office say they arrested a man they have searched months for. And we learned the funeral arrangements for 3 people killed in a Wolfe County house fire last week. Plus, Prestonsburg 911 Center just received a renovation that many say was long past due and should serve the community well for years to come.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on December 4th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. So if you're just waking up, happy Wednesday, and it's a little chilly outside. I'm just preparing you because it's cold out there. But let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it's cold, but it's not as, there's no snow coming down. It's a little more mild.
Exactly, and they wrote a song about it today, Madison.
What is it?
Have you heard it?
Nope.
It's cold outside.
Oh.
You know?
Yep.
And it's actually, I didn't realize this, but it's actually, they call it a Christmas song, which I guess it could just be a winter
I mean, and
song,
you keep saying, I think you said 21 days till Christmas.
3 weeks from
the countdown is on.
Exactly. Have you got your Christmas shopping done yet?
No.
You better get on it.
My family's going to be thinking that I'm slacking.
That's right. 3 weeks away. Let's get into our current conditions this morning, though. In Buffalo Mountain, quiet up at our transmitter site there. Just a little bit of snow left on the ground. Once we get the sunshine out later today, that's going to take care of that. 23 in Jonesville over in Southwest Virginia, 33 Jackson, 32 there in Pikeville, 36 in Monticello, 27 Harlan, and 29 Ashland, and right here in Hazard. We take a look at the temperature change from this time yesterday morning. Excuse me, some spots a couple of degrees warmer this morning, several spots a few degrees cooler. So again, back and forth. 49 our forecast time today. Winds are going to come out of the southwest. That's going to warm us up a little bit, but it's also going to make it feel colder because of the breeze. And our headlines as we look ahead: sunshine today, warmer temperatures throughout the rest of the week, and maybe some scattered rain chances. We'll talk more about that coming up here in a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, newly released video shows the moment 4 teens escaped from a juvenile detention center Saturday night in Nashville. Authorities say the boys were left unattended when the guard was watching them when he went to break up a fight. That's when they ran, and 3 employees at the detention center have been fired. The suspects are Decorius Wright, Morris Marsh, Brandon Carruthers, and Calvin House. Both Wright and Marsh are facing murder charges. All of them are still on the run. And 3 people are facing felony charges for buying and selling a child in Bowling Green. Officials at Parker Bennett Curry Elementary School told the police about a woman giving a child away. Bowling Green police say Maria Domingo Perez, the mother of the child, admitted to giving the child away to Pascual Jose Manuel and Katrina Felipe Jose. Detectives talked to Manuel and Felipe Jose, who say they paid $2,000 for the child. And police say the infant and Domingo Perez's other 4 children are now with social services. And a Laurel County man sheriff's deputies searched months for is now behind bars. They believe he's behind an attempted rape. This is Walter Darling. He faces numerous charges, including attempted rape and impersonating a peace officer. WYMT's Katie Cook breaks down how they found him.
A few months ago, we told you a story about a woman. She was driving along Highway 192 in London when she looked up and saw flashing lights pulling over like anyone would do. But those flashing lights did not belong to a police officer. Officials say they belonged to 46-year-old Walter Darling, who was in the passenger seat of the car.
The passenger in that vehicle gets out, comes up to her vehicle, armed with a knife of some sort.
Sheriff's Deputy Gilbert Achardo says Darling made her drive to an unknown location where he attempted to sexually assault her, but she was able to get away.
I think Laurel Countyans can feel a little bit safer right now because we have this guy behind bars.
While working on another case, Deputy Achardo told me they found a car that matched the description of the one with the flashing lights.
The guy that we were interviewing there fit the description of the suspect.
The woman was able to pick Darling out of a photo lineup.
We brought him in, questioned him, and he gave us a confession.
Ending the 3-month search for what officials called a dangerous man. In Laurel County, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say they believe they know who was driving the car at the time of the attack, and they are expecting to make another arrest soon. And a former Estill County soccer coach will spend 2 years behind bars. Andrew Hatton pleaded guilty in August to multiple charges, including rape. Investigators said Hatton sent nude photographs to multiple female students. From his arrest citation, we learned one of those girls played soccer and that Hatton sent her the photographs on Snapchat. And in Pulaski County, a man is in jail accused of sending inappropriate messages to a 16-year-old. Police say this man, John Clevenger, tried to convince the teen to meet up with him at a local motel. Officers showed up instead, and they say Clevenger called out the victim's name when they knocked on the door to his room. They arrested him on the spot, and he's charged with distributing obscene matter to a minor. And also in Pulaski County, one county official is facing an allegation of drunk driving. Police say Danny Price was pulled over and did not pass several field sobriety tests on a Pulaski County roadway. Price is the deputy judge executive, and WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what Price is accused of doing.
A state trooper noticed a white Chevy Tahoe weaving in the roadway on Kentucky 80 just after 8 o'clock Monday night.
And it also crossed the fog line. That gave him an indication that something was going on with that vehicle.
When police pulled the SUV over, the trooper said that he could smell alcohol
Coming from the vehicle, and when he asked him to get out of the vehicle, that's when he smelled alcohol coming from his person.
Police say Danny Price said that he had just left a business meeting and that he was in his county-issued vehicle. Several field sobriety tests were given, and during the one-leg stand, he began before instructed, used arms for balance, and he didn't remove his foot from the ground. He refused breathalyzer, blood, and urine tests.
The Pulaski County Judge Executive told me that there's really not much he can say. He says he is still investigating all of this himself, but he did say that Danny Price remains on the job. He says that the county attorney told him not to do anything because he's innocent until proven guilty.
Price is also charged with careless driving and failure to or improper signal. He was taken to jail but has since been released. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, police and county officials say they could not say where Price was coming from, but that he was meeting with a developer concerning the county's industrial park prior to his arrest. And in Clay County, a man is facing a DUI charge. Deputies say they were called to a single vehicle crash on North Highway 66. When they got on scene, they found 68-year-old Tommy Sloan in the vehicle drinking whiskey. Deputies said he was, quote, highly intoxicated, and they had to physically pack him to the patrol car. He's also charged with having an open container. And a judge found a Whitley County man competent to stand trial. Michael Worley is accused of killing his aunt Wanda Richardson in June. Police say Worley and Richardson were seen arguing 1 week before, and then they found her beaten to death outside her home. A trial date is not set. And an eastern Kentucky man died yesterday afternoon in a logging accident. Officials tell us Rick Harris and others were working on a site in Cornettsville in Perry County when a piece of equipment killed Harris. His body is being sent to Frankfort for an autopsy, and Harris was 53 years old. And yesterday we learned the funeral arrangements for 3 people killed in a Wolfe County house fire last week. These are pictures of Albert, Philip, and Sue Ann Vanderpool. Albert's visitation was last night, and Philip and Sue Ann's will be later today. Their funeral is Thursday at 1, and all services will be held at Porter & Son Funeral Home. And right now, investigators are still trying to figure out what led to the explosion and fire that followed. All 3 were trapped inside. And Prestonsburg emergency dispatchers are now working out of a state-of-the-art 911 center with new machines and high-tech desks, including user-specific memory that customizes the person using the workstations. The dispatch center has been upgraded to handle situations quickly and efficiently. Police Sergeant Ross Servliff says it is about keeping the community as safe as possible while helping dispatchers operate at 100%.
Those professionals that sit in that room every day are really the true first responders, and they sit in there for 12 hours at a time. We wanted to make it as worker-friendly as we could.
He says the 6-week project was made possible by the diligent work of the dedicated city employees. And yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and Pikeville Medical Center held a conference to announce a relaunch of their donation platform. It is called the PMC Foundation, and the first campaign will raise money for the new Children's Hospital. CEO Donovan Blackburn says this will allow an easy avenue for anyone to give back.
This is a way that we can not only give our local people the opportunity to contribute if they desire, but it's also a way, again, to form partnerships with corporate partners or people of wealth that want to make investments.
Officials say there will be more campaign launches in the future featuring other wings at the hospital. If you would like to donate or to learn more how you can donate, visit our website at WYMT.com. And yesterday, students at Red River Valley Elementary in Wolfe County had a smile put on their face by Big Smiles. The mobile dental company travels across the state of Kentucky, providing dental services at no cost. WYMT's Lacey Roberts talked with those who say this is more than just cleaning teeth.
Dental disease causes 51 million lost school hours every year.
Can you bite down for me now?
On average, children miss 2 days of school due to dental problems.
Some districts have a larger need, and we can save them over 300 days of school.
With the help of the Red River Valley Elementary School Family Resource Center, Big Smiles helps make families' lives easier.
It's not only for underserved children, it's a program that's open to everyone. Dental care is very lacking in this area of Kentucky, and with Big Smiles, we can provide those services here on site.
Here, students experience a complete exam, counting their teeth.
Tooth 3, and it has a sealant on it.
Seeing what teeth they have and what teeth are missing.
We can take mobile x-rays, and that gives us the ability to see decay that we can't see in the child's mouth.
Working for Big Smiles for the past 4 years, Sheila Vanderhoof says she sees dental issues everywhere.
There's just as much decay in northern Kentucky, southern Kentucky, as there is in eastern Kentucky.
Providing a service for all of Kentucky, ensuring a happy smile. In Hazel Green, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Big Smile provides a follow-up service. They revisit each school after 6 months and more often if necessary. Any school can sign up for their services.
Hey, look at this. Have you seen this in a while? Probably not there, but the sun is actually coming up here outside the WYMT studios in Hazard. It's going to be a beautiful day. A little cold this morning, some frost on those windshields and on those cars, so make sure you give yourself time to get them warmed up. 28 wise right now, 29 here in Hazard, 26 in Harlan, 23 our cold spot in Jonesville, 36 is our warm spot in Monticello, 34 Moorhead, 35 in Irvin, 33 Jackson, 32 in Pikeville and Logan. The winds coming out of the southwest, not too bad yet, but we are going to see that do two things today. It's going to warm us up and cool us down. I think that kind of sounds crazy, but it is going to push some warmer air in here. But when you feel that wind on your skin, it is going to make it feel a little bit cooler. Right now, it's already making it feel like the 20s in a lot of areas this morning. So just kind of keep that in mind. The out-the-door forecast, we are going to see lots of sunshine today. Maybe a touch of fog in some spots this morning. Maybe a slick spot where water's running over the roads as the temperatures stay below freezing for a little while. But we're getting close to 50 today. Average high this time of year, 49, and that's what we're forecasting. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Just ahead, we'll check in with Jason Lindsay, who is visiting us in studio for Hooked on Science.